In the area of climate change, there is more agreement between China and the US than divergence, making it an area with huge potential for cooperation. With 2 days remaining until the end of the summit, we hope this joint declaration will be China and US contribution to its success.
All right, let's bring in Durwood Zaelke, who is the founder of the Institute for Governance and Sustainable Development, and he joins me now from Washington, D.C. Good to have you on the program. This announcement caught everyone by surprise, but how significant is it that we have the world's top two polluters agreeing to work together?
This is a tremendous breakthrough, and it's a surprise, but the U.S. Has been working very hard, John Kerry and President Biden and their whole team, to convince China that this was the moment to increase their ambition and increase their cooperation. So John Kerry is a veteran diplomat and former Secretary of State. Minister Xia is one of the most sophisticated negotiators in the world from China. And the two of them, I believe, recognized that if they were to announce this double-barreled approach to reducing CO2 and the non-CO2 methane and other non-CO2 gases, it would change the entire tenor for climate policy. And then they've done something else. They've anchored this in the 2020 decade, this decade to 2030. That's another huge piece of this. So I give the odds of a very good outcome from the COP26 in Glasgow much, much higher probability because of this breakthrough.
Certainly encouraging to hear that, but we know that relations have been strained between the U.S. and China in the last several years. Is there concern that they actually will be able to work together to achieve these goals?
They have so much to gain from cooperation, and it's not going to interfere with their other battles. There are a lot of things that they don't agree on, but this one is the one that every other issue unfolds within. This is the ultimate national security issue, the ultimate economic issue, the ultimate human rights issue. If we don't solve climate change quickly, it's going to be the worst human rights disaster in the world. So getting China and the U.S. on board together, I see this partnership getting deeper and stronger. And it also follows what they've done in the Montreal Protocol, the world's best environmental treaty, the one that has solved the first great threat to the global atmosphere from the CFCs and other fluorinated gases destroying the stratospheric ozone layer, and the same treaty that's done more for climate than any other treaty. They've cooperated on that for 33 years, including just the week before the COP26 started, the Montreal Protocol parties had their own meeting of the parties, and they reached 18 decisions together.
So you alluded to this a moment ago, but there's been a lot of talk about COP26 being big on rhetoric but soft on actual action. Do you see that this climate summit as being a success now rather than a failure with only a couple days left?
Well, I think it's a success in the sense that it has redefined climate policy. 1.5 is now absolutely the goal, the absolute limit we can tolerate. The world finally understands that. It's not 2 degrees, it's 1.5. They also understand that 2050 is not our goal, it's 2030, if not sooner. We need fast action this decisive decade. Then another thing that's happened is that the non-CO2 climate pollutants, methane in particular, have come to the fore. And it's very clear from the IPCC's special report on 1.5, that's the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, back in 2018, that we can't have a chance of keeping to the 1.5 target unless we take methane out of the equation. So this is finally an architecture that is that's aimed in the right direction with the two biggest polluters cooperating. So I'd say it's a pretty good couple of weeks. It's not going to satisfy everybody, and it shouldn't. We need the young people to maintain their anger and their demands, because there's so much more to do to make sure this and other agreements are implemented and secured with good faith as fast as possible.
But certainly a lot of positivity to hear there. Thank you so much, Durwood Zaelke, joining us from Washington, D.C.